The Point Lonsdale Surf Lifesaving Club is a beloved public asset, having served the community by volunteers for over 70 years. Located at the intersection of Ocean and Buckley's roads, it sits along the coastal dune and enjoys a pivotal position as a gateway between the Point Lonsdale Surf Beach and the coastal residential village beyond. Okay, my screen's not changing. The clubhouse forms an important relationship with the back beach base from which the club operates its patrol and lifesaving services. After a day at the beach, lifesavers and beachgoers can return to the clubhouse via the access road over the dune, and it became evident to us that this informal approach presented civic opportunities. The club had outgrown their much loved existing facilities, and the ad hoc collection of buildings were no longer fit for purpose, too small, provided limited disabled access, and in some instances were becoming unsafe. The club had been campaigning and raising funds for a new clubhouse for a number of years. Beyond functional and spatial requirements, the brief was also to foster relationships between community, volunteers and visitors, provide a hub for year-round activity and enhance the club's reputation as one of the state's most effective surf lifesaving bodies. And it was to provide an exemplar of coastal environmental and socially sustainable development through high-quality design and amenity. Key moves for the site included the following: dividing the site diagonally to create a new triangular built form volume that accommodates a significantly increased functional program while maintaining a large communal lawn fronting Ocean Road and the dunes beyond. Activating the street corner with a smaller triangular kiosk that serves both the street and communal lawn. Enhancing the public realm by eroding the ground floor volume to create a highly permeable ground plane with a legible lobby, ease of access and undercover community spaces. Continuing this erosion on the upper level to create an expansive and dynamic deck with views across the lawn and reserve towards the dunes, and defining these eroded edges as a sit veranda utilising 7-metre high glue lamp columns and adding an apron of ground level seating terraces and ramps, providing access for all and an activated edge to the club lawn. The triangular ground floor footprint accommodates patrol vehicle, garaging and aquatic store, change rooms, junior lounge, admin office and kiosk. Circulation is efficiently kept to a minimum, yet generously connects the street to the veranda and communal lawn to the west. A services yard along the northern boundary allows for back-of-house functions and washdown areas, safely separating these activities from the more public lawn spaces to the west. Perimeter tanks for CFI access and rainwater retention and reuse sit along the western boundary. The site can be entered from either Buckley's Road or via the gates on Ocean Road directly to the lawn. The first floor plan accommodates a club meeting room, toilets and a multifunction space that is also served by a bar and commercial kitchen. The multifunction space opens onto the large and dynamic upper level undercover deck that enjoys sweeping views to the coastal dunes beyond. The east elevation, the Buckley's Road east elevation includes the primary entry and a large window to the club meeting room at upper levels. The Ocean Road elevation demonstrates the civic veranda addressing the lawn and dunes. And the sectional elevation demonstrates the double height entry lobby and void connecting the ground floor with verandas on both levels. As a cost-sensitive community project, we set out to achieve a number of sustainable initiatives from simple first principle approaches. These included west-facing decks protected by deep verandas and eave overhangs, external timber screens shading our northern glazing, and daylight allowed deep into the plan via skylights. Crossway ventilation through the building is afforded by a louvered and slider glazing system. Services connections are providing for future provision of rooftop photovoltaic systems. A 30,000 litre rainwater tank provides reusable water for toilets and washdown areas, and all of the timber is FSC certified spotted gum. Material choices were kept simple and robust to withstand the harsh coastal environment while referencing the local vegetation and coastal vernacular. The concrete slab and foundations, which are carved out of and eroded like the coastal dune vegetation in the foreground. Construction systems include ground level blockwork walls around the aquatic store, but mainly lightweight steel and timber framing, as well as 7-metre high glue lamp columns to the western facade. Reflecting close collaboration between club, consultant team and a builder passionate about timber detailing, the project resolves complex fire separation and Bell 19 bushfire rating requirements for a lightweight structure, whilst meeting the project budget. The design team worked hand in hand with the committee through extensive value management workshops, and many goods and services were offered and provided on a low bono or pro bono basis. In a view from the dunes during construction, with the simplicity and clarity of the triangular geometry is becoming evident. Now to the project as completed, and the building is seen from the crest of the dune on the way back to the back beach base, nestling gently into the coastal environment. The civic address of the Ocean Road facade and veranda. This is the primary face of the building for most beachgoers returning from a day over the dunes. Importantly, the fence and gates can also open up to allow direct access onto the communal lawns. The corner of Ocean and Buckley's Road, showing both the beachside and suburban frontages of the building. And when approaching from the suburban north, the coastal dune serves as a dramatic backdrop to the building. The timber facade is designed to fade and weather over time, further merging the building with its environment. The patrol vehicle garage and aquatic store opens directly onto Buckley's Road, with a grass verge reinforcing the relaxed and casual nature of the clubhouse within this context. Washdown facilities and IRB motor hoists are located on the northern services yard, providing functional amenity in a zone that now safely separates operational activities from the public lawns to the west. Returning to the corner, we can see how the building addresses and activates its street frontages at ground level. The kiosk addressing Ocean Road, the entry ramp with public seating addressing Buckley's Road, and at the upper level of this facade, the meeting room looks east towards the lighthouse. A double height entry void links the street to the east, the lawn and veranda to the west, and provides access to the upper level. Walking through the glazed entry, we can arrive at the ground level veranda with terraced steps down onto the lawn. And from this lawn, access is also provided to the upper levels via an external stair. And what becomes evident is the builder's attention to details spent crafting and finessing the timber framing and junction. A small nook as we arrive at the top of the staircase and onto the upper level veranda, a generous and flexible space that caters for social as well as functioning club activities, which has direct connection to the multi-purpose hall beyond. And views from the veranda back to the dune and back beach space. Internal spaces include the communal room, junior lounge and committee meeting room, and the simple reductive palette is continued with timber straps over plaster echoing the simple fibro shapes of the area. Coming back down onto the lawn in the late afternoon, an escarpment edge silently waiting for activation. And over Christmas, this summer, the facility finally came alive and it became a vibrant hub and focal point for community gathering. Afternoon and post-beach drinks are to be had up on the veranda whilst the lawn accommodates food trucks and roaming activities for all. But beyond the social, the spaces have also been designed to assist
1 minute remaining.
A myriad of club activities, including inductions, registrations, CPR courses and other training activities. And both the lower terraces and the upper veranda are regular in action. And all the while, there's a relaxed casualness into the way the building interfaces with the street and community, with fences and edges becoming clotheslines and places to lean your bike, while the kiosk serves beachgoers and club members alike. In conclusion, we've endeavoured to create more than just a clubhouse. This is also a community space, a gateway to the beach and a public veranda on the edge of the dunes. This is an authentically public building, a casual coastal building that is appropriated by all and has been warmly embraced by the local community. Done.